I think selling weed would be tight.
Like a weed farm that's a commune?
No. Like, I think we should just, like, find, like, someone to buy weed from here and just, like, start selling weed.
You just mean, like, just you and me right now?
Yeah, no, like, just you and me right now. Like, tell the people at school we're selling weed.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Dude, all the weed dealers in high school,
yeah,
they would have, like, $50 spending money. Because selling weed is the worst idea ever. You make, like, no fucking money. You make enough money to continue smoking weed. That's all you...
Weed is like the one thing.
If you are a big stoner, it's a good idea to sell weed. That's
that's exactly what I'm saying. Weed is the one thing where every weed dealer I ever met in my life, they also smoked a ton of weed. So that's a terrible idea. Like, unless you just want to get to smoke weed for free, like they would basically almost break even or not quite break even.
And they would work
and
so hard.
And they worked they'd like just all the time. They were like selling weed, driving around to sell weed to people
everywhere. They would literally, the second school got off, well, most of them dropped out.
Yeah.
But they would drive around all fucking day. They'd mostly sleep in when everyone else is at school. They would wake up and they would just grind, going to every single fucking house. Everyone's weed orders. Like, yeah, can I get a 20 sec? Yeah, can I get a 20 sec? And they would drive all over my town.
Yeah, like use gas money to make $20. I'm like, and then you paid like they wouldn't even get that good of a deals. Like I would like hear how much they paid, and I'd be like, you paid that deals. Much like for an ounce, and then like I'm like, this is like the math is not really adding up. Like I don't think like, and they didn't have the wherewithal to like write it all down on like a sheet of paper and like
like
or like record record like how much they were smoking and like figure out.
They're smoking weed the whole time, just like driving around like terrible fucking.
They'd be like, I figure I'm breaking even. I'd be like, I don't know if you're breaking even, man.
Well, I see. I smoked about a lot. Shit.
Oh my god! And then some of them, then some of them would get fronted, and then they have to like
do it on credit.
yeah, they do it on credit.
Give me a sack.
They'd be like, give me an ounce. I'll make this back for you, man. And the guy'd be like, okay, because like
first off, if someone asks you to front them weed and you are a dealer. What's the answer you give? No! Fucking of course no! Who is less reliable than a weed dealer?
Especially someone who's dealing with that.
There's no one less reliable than a weed dealer.
But I remember like, I only knew like a bunch of like fail sons who were like smoking weed. I only knew like a bunch of like these like dumbass high school fail sons who were like dealing weed in like small amounts. And I remember like the first time that I like was living in Salt Lake and I met like a real like coke dealer or meth dealer.
Yeah, someone who was like actually moving product and like.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, so are we gonna do some coke? And he'd be like, I don't fucking do coke. I just sell coke.
A fucking idiot?
Yeah, he'd be like I just sell coke. I'd be like, I had like the gears in my head were like, wait, you sell coke and don't do coke? I was like, that's crazy.
It's like going to the Coca-Cola guy and being like. Hey, when are we going to drink some Coca-Cola?
He's like, wow, you drink this shit? You're crazy.
That's poison.
That's really bad for you, man.
You should fucking really think about it. You need some help? Like, you can come to me anytime.
Like, you have to give me like an AA, like a flyer for my local AA meeting.
Coke dealers are just so classy.
Yeah,
Coke dealers will come to your house in like a business casual. Like a nice car.
Yeah.
They're very nice. Weed dealers come over smelling like Little Caesars pizza and pot. They haven't washed their clothes in forever. They like stay too long. Like after the transaction's done, they like sit down at your house. They're just like, you're like, oh.
I guess we're friends now.
I guess you're staying here.
And like 2 years later, you're still friends on Facebook. And you're
there's a couple of those.
And you're like seeing their posts, and like all of a sudden they're like super like libertarian or something. And you're like, how the fuck did this happen? You were like a hippie.
They're like posting about Andrew Yang now.
Yeah,